In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a no-brainer offer which has a message market fit. A lot of people talk about no-brainer offers, yada yada, but the big elephant in the room,
you want to make sure that it actually has message market fit. That's just a fancy way of saying it has a merit in the market, people are in need of this offer, and then it actually resonates, and it's just a copy-paste offer that everybody else is running. Let's go. So
if your audience isn't engaging with your content, it is basically so simple to figure out why. Your hook is not strong enough or your offer is just not clear. Most people overcomplicate this. I'm going to show you what it boils down to, and it's these 4 parts. Don't make it too complicated. It's the intro, the hook, the call to action, and the guarantee. So with the intro, you want to grab attention. Use a compelling headline from the templates below. I'm going to dive more in depth into each of these. Don't worry, this is just like a recap. Make sure the audience feels like the content was made specifically for them. And then once you have that, just hook them in. Just present a problem. Focus on the pain point, struggle, or misconception of your actual ICP, what your niche faces, right? Most online coaches struggle with client acquisition, right? That could be one if that's your angle. Call to action. Next is just invite them. Simple, straightforward call to action. Just encourage using if-then statements. Mind if I send you a short video on how this works? And then finally, you can do this. This is sort of optional. You don't need to do it. It's just going to make a better offer overall. You can have a guarantee, a risk reversal. Like you can have a free trial. I'm going to install this system for you for 7 days. You can test it for free. If you don't like it, you don't pay us anything, right? I'm just going to say no to that, especially if it fixes a problem that they actually are struggling with and which loses money. That's just an example. All right, let's dive a little bit deeper into each of them. So we have the intro. By now, you understand what this is, just an intro to the actual offer. So again, there's many more I could have listed here. This is just 3 ones I like to use. So problem solution. So could be something like struggling to book consistent sales calls, question mark, and then you hop into it. This is a sort of like a question framing, and then you actually go into the pitch. Sick of spending hours in the DMs with no results. I really don't like this as much as the other ones I have coming up. This feels like old marketing BS, but it does work in some niches, so just decided to leave it in. Just basically identifies a pain point, calls it out, and then promises a solution later. Next is the shock and curiosity. So could be something like, I wasted 20K on a bad course before I figured this out, right? So if you specially pitch this into my DMs, I'm going to probably not have any sales resistance, and I'm going to most likely listen to what you have to say after this line, right? So again, got my attention because it doesn't sound like a pitch. If you were to say, I'm going to help you sign 20 clients for free, I'm not going to care. Everybody promises me that. It doesn't happen. It's just not true. People are over exaggerating. But if you come to me and say like, hey man, I wasted 20K on bad courses before I figured this system out, and then you explain your offer, I'm going to listen to it, right? Creates curiosity and then forces people to actually read it on. There's just a few more examples, right? And then final example here is just bold conversational claims. You can say like cold calling is dead, but, right? And then you go on to explain like, hey, this cold calling AI agent is actually just freaking cool. It challenges the common beliefs and triggers engagement, right? Like you can use the simple intro as well, like hey, first name as well, but these work really well. Like even the best marketers back in the day when there was just newspaper ads in the mail, there was huge controversy when there was an ad. I remember it was just very popular. A lot of people just analyze it. Just one of the best marketing done in general is basically, you could say, I think it was something along the lines of don't drink water recommended by the XYZ doctor. And like, why is XYZ doctor recommending not to drink water? Everybody else tells me to drink water because I need to hydrate, etc. And then it goes on to explain a point about the certain type of water you should not be drinking. You should not be drinking tap water. And then the doctor explains like you should be drinking sparkling water or mineral water to avoid all these heavy metals that are in the pipes, the rust, the garbage, the birth control that's in the actual like sewage pipelines, right? You don't want to drink that, and that's what the article is about. They frame it as like don't drink water. Oh, what the hell? I must read on. Okay, next is the actual hook. If your audience is not engaging with your content, it's because your hook is not strong enough or your offer is not clear. This is what I emphasized in the first part, but this stands very true. Most people overcomplicate marketing, but in reality, well, success just comes down to a few things. So getting the attention, holding that attention, and just driving them to take action. For example, a good hook versus a bad hook could look like this. I help businesses grow. You could say instead of this, I help roofing contractors get 15-20 new leads per month. So that's the time frame. That's the actual problem, desire, and then result without spending a dime on ads or without challenge or fear. This is a common pain point because people are being sold ads in this niche. So if you can figure out a way to actually not use ads, for example, like SMS marketing, WhatsApp marketing, could be a way you can actually run this and get a ton of attention, right? So just the formula: who you help, what specific results do you deliver, and what system method you use. This unique process. I'm going to give you 5 essential elements of a high converting hook. Each and every single one of the high converting hooks in this video I'm going to show you is going to have either one of these or just a combination of all of these. So a desire and results, I already talked about this. So what does your audience really want? Be as specific as you can. A time frame, so how fast can you get it? The shorter ideally the better. And then you can include a benefit, a selfish desire, who or why do they want it. An emotional motivator really just works here best. I'm gonna show you examples, don't worry. Without challenge or fear, I already talked about this. So what's stopping them, address their biggest obstacle. And then finally, you can include a unique system. So you can combine any of these or just even use 2. You gotta use at least like 1 to 2 of these to make a good hook framework template. I'm gonna show you a few of them. So just basically, simplest one you can do is desire and result direct address hook. So example of this could be how to get high paying clients without overworking yourself, how to add 30 pounds to your deadlift without injuring your back, how to lose 10 pounds without starving yourself. The more specific your hook is, the stronger the actual response. So if your name is Sarah and you're busy mom trying to lose weight, this trick will help you drop 10 pounds in 30 days. And I mean, literally, if you speak to your audience like this, you're gonna get a lot of replies. Not everybody's gonna reply, but that's just sort of normal. Many people new to marketing are gonna be like, oh, I'm only getting a 10% reply rate, man. Like 10% reply rate is huge in some industries. Time frame, people want results fast, so use time-based language. So this is just the same example as before. So how to lose 10 pounds without starving yourself, but we add a little bit of a time frame here, right? So people can actually just like tangibilize it, like make it tangible for them. How to lose 10 pounds in 10 days without starving yourself. So that's actually huge. This makes it tangible for the prospect. Don't make it unbelievable, make it believable. If it's too good to be true, then people are not going to believe it. Even though we ran offers in the past which were 100% true, like the offer was just insane, it was crazy, but it was just so unbelievably good that people were hesitant because it just felt too good to be true, which it wasn't. But funny enough, sometimes you have to detune your offer and just make it a little bit more down to earth, I would say. But it's a good problem to have. How to add 10k to your business instantly, right? Like you can use these words like in 10 days. You don't need to like specify like 3 days, 2 days. Instantly is another word you can use. Also overnight, right? That's another good way to do it. Like how I landed 5 clients overnight using this one-click appointment booking system. What the hell is that? Like if you remember, the purple one is the system one, right? So it's a unique system. Next, selfish desire / benefit. Okay, so people aren't just looking for results. They want to see what it looks like for them. How to lose 30 pounds so you can look incredible on the beach. How to get high-paying clients so you can buy your dream car. How to build a 6-figure business so you can quit your 9 to 5 and travel. Identify your audience, real motivation. Obviously, you need to do some market research, and then you can easily just create these selfish desires. Next is without fear and challenge. We briefly talked about these. These are the red ones. Show them that you understand their language and struggle to provide a solution. So how to get high-paying clients without cold calling, right? Many people don't like to do that. How to lose 10 pounds without giving up pizza. How to build a 6-figure business even if you have no experience. The best hooks remove common excuses or fear. So if you go back to the example here, the reason this offer is good is because a lot of people just pitch paid ads, and this just goes against that. So I'm hoping you're starting to understand how offers are built by this point. Again, don't make it too complex. It's just a simple process, right? Like I'm hoping by making this framework available for you. And by the way, if you want this document, you can just come to our website and just download it through the freebie. You can make so many good offers come to fruition, because if you don't have a way to pitch your offer in literally 1 sentence, then is it really an offer? Like, how do you expect to sell it on a call? Like, how do you expect people to buy it if you cannot make it tangible in terms of words, right? So that's the whole point. Final one is through a system, custom system, use a solution name, could be anything. Just make it interesting. Like the more curiosity you can drive, the better the results are going to be, right? Like how to get 10 contracts, if that's the phrasing specifically in the niche. This is lead gen through a 1-point booking system, right? Like this is similar to this one, like how to get high paying clients so you can buy yourself a dream car, how to build a 6-figure business even if you have no experience, how to land 5 clients overnight using this 1-point booking system, right? How to reduce anxiety through an ancient Chinese stretching routine. Huge. What is this, right? Like sounds interesting, sounds like an interesting system name, right? Like people, it gets people to think. But if you say how to reduce anxiety through a 20-second back stretch, it's not as good, it's not as exciting. It's still a system you created, but if you reveal everything in your messaging, people are going to decide preemptively whether or not they want to actually pursue what you're selling or not, right? How to feel motivated to work out again through a 30-minute sprint workout. Huge, again, huge, like gets them to think like, what is this? What could be in this, right? Why am I not motivated? Maybe this 30-minute workout routine is going to help. Add mystery. That's it. Super simple. Next is call to action. There's just 3 examples. You can obviously have more. There's no best ones really. There's one that fits each specific offer, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so one direct call to action, subtle and conversational. If I said I could get you 10 qualified leads this week, would you be interested, right? And obviously what I like to do with call to actions is just make it as simple as possible. Don't have 5 call to actions. Don't have 5 questions that you're asking them. Ask them one question. Are you interested? Do you mind if I share this? Do you want to see a video explaining this, right? Do you want to chat for 15 minutes, see how we can improve this? Do you want to chat for 15 minutes to see how we can actually connect this up with your business, right? Something simple. Would it be okay if I send over some exciting? Same thing, right? So direct call to action, hard call to action. Next, this is best for hot leads. So you can say like, heads up on a 15-minute call. So if you had prior conversation, you can run some of these, book a strategy session now, I can solve it, right? Like makes sense. If you had like a question-based CTA, right? Is this relevant, right? Like blah, blah, blah. And then say, yes, I'm interested. Then you can say, let's on a 15-minute call. Or again, like you can run the direct call to action. Depends on the offer, depends on the ICP, depends on the niche. Next is soft call to action. Best for cold leads. Something like, mind if I send you a short video explaining how this works? Want me to send over a case study showing exactly how we do this? This is what I talked about, right? And they say yes, and they like it. And then you can hit them with the hard call to action. Or you could just skip that entirely. And for some offers, you can just go with a direct book to call to action, right? Simple stuff. Finally, risk reversal could be a guarantee. This is optional, but I'm going to show you 3 ones you can run. One is the money back guarantee. So if you don't book at least 10 calls in 30 days, I'll refund you every penny, right? This is just a straight money back guarantee. People cannot lose. They feel safe. You can sign an agreement with them, and obviously don't be a dick and just go back on your word. Even if you're a small company, you know, please try to make up for your losses, because you know it's ultimately not a good way to run business. And you'd be surprised, many clients you get through referrals, so try to do a good job. And ultimately, if people trust you with their money, try to get them as best of a results as you can possibly get, right? This is a performance-based guarantee. Get 10 high ticket clients in 60 days, or we work for free. Could be something like this, or could be get 10 high ticket clients in 4 months, or we refund you, right? Like, or we work for, that's the same thing, right? Or you could do something like, if you want to charge like 1K for like 5 book calls, you charge them now and say, if it don't get you at least 5 of those book calls in 30 days, we just refund you the difference. So they pay up front, but then you refund them if it doesn't happen, right? So it shows confidence in your offer. Experience guarantee. So you could say, this could be something for like SaaS. Love it or leave it. No contracts, no pressure. This is 100% risk-free. If you don't love it, you don't pay. If you wouldn't jump into a shark-infested pool to keep our service, you don't pay us anything like this. You can word it however you want. The point is, right, like it's just based on experience. Use this for lower ticket stuff, and again, just removes pressure. You can use many more of these. This is just 3 examples I have shown you can run. Okay, so final thoughts and how you can apply this immediately. So please don't go procrastinate. After watching this video, I want you to actually make a copy of this document and fill out these 5 for yourself. I've just included the color schemes and exactly like what it is. So how to desire end results without change or fear. Create one of each, and then finally a bonus one. There's just a crazy one. It might sounds stupid, but trust me, you're going to combine all of these and you're going to just learn a lot from writing out these offers. Just take a minute, pause the video, and just write out these right now.
2,000 years later.
Okay, you're back. I hope you've written out all of these. By now, you should have a better understanding of how to write actual offers. And if you need a swipe file on just more information, here you go. Here's a example on, for example, these are the address hook, direct address hooks, time-based hooks, challenger-faced hooks, are you tired of struggling, etc. Right? Like so many. And finally, some famous marketing slogans, phrases, offers that stood the test of time, ultimate formula, and a whole bunch more swap files you can run. Okay, hopefully you got some value out of this video. Now you know how you can create a killer offer which actually fits within a message market fit with your actual niche and audience, and it's not just some crazy guarantee that you're gonna work for free. This information will make you indefeatable in the market. So good luck out there.